This is Alec Debogorski, and you are listening to TNCRadio.live.
Join Shelley Johnson and Kathy Tuccaro every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time for Women Road Warriors on your driver navigation station, TNCRadio.live.
Welcome in TNC Radio.live. We're live on a Wednesday night, and this is Keep On Talking with your host, Tom Kirk and Christine Gray.
Hey, thank you very much, Tom Kelly. It is a pleasure to be with you as we do each week here at the Counter of Knowledge on Keep On Talking Live. Many drivers will remember the days when we go to the truck stops and sit around the Counter of Knowledge or the driver's tables, exchanging stories, telling some tall tales. And we all know truck drivers never lie about anything, including how fast their trucks can go. But tonight, as we do each and every week, we're here to share thoughts about the industry on a variety of topics, some news, things that are of interest. Sometimes we get serious. Other nights it's a little bit more lighthearted. Tonight is probably going to be one of those nights. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Mid-America Trucking Show that's coming up, letting you know how you can still get some VIP passes. There's still time to do that before tomorrow. But you can go ahead and do that. And you want to do that because if you don't register for those VIP passes, you're going to have to pay a registration fee. So we're going to try to help our listeners out with that. And we're going to be talking with Bruce Richards. He is applying to win, I guess is the right term, a bike from Orange County Choppers. And it's going to be meant to help truck drivers in the trucking industry. We're going to be talking with him tonight about that as well. How are you doing tonight there, Miss Christine?
Excellent. Thank you. It's got my day catnapping. I love it. I love days like today. And checking up, I got a couple text messages and everybody's wanting to know the ID. So I'm catching up with that too. Sorry.
That works. And you know what? If you are listening in, it would really help if I gave the phone number. 706-862-8620. That's 706-862-8620. We've got the Carolina Monkey Gouger, the legendary Candy Bass, and Bruce Richards all with us here tonight. So we'll be definitely having a lot of fun. But we've mentioned a little bit about those VIP passes. You can still get them through tomorrow. You can email us at info@tncradio.live. That gives you VIP admission for Thursday. That's courtesy of IBI Security Transport. We'll be going over a little bit that more throughout the show. But let's start off a little bit with Bruce tonight. Bruce, I know you started this, I believe it was on Monday. You're trying to win a bike from Orange County Choppers designed by Paul Tuttle Sr., and I know your goal with that is to try to help raise awareness on a bunch of trucking issues. So I'm going to let you tell a little bit about your story on that one.
Okay. Well, I seen it through Facebook, Win a Dream Chopper with Paul Tuttle. And, I'm very passionate about the industry. Always trying to give back. A lot of people know I belong to the JBC chat line. This chat line where a lot of people get together. And we also created a memorial page for all the fallen truck drivers. Memorialize them so they're not forgotten. And we had, as unfortunately they pass away, we add them to the page. When this came up, I was like, well, what do I got to lose? If I can win this, I'd like to do a tribute bike to all past, present truck drivers. And if I do win, I'd like to, take it around to the different truck shows and use it to give back to the industry and the community. that's my goal. Because I feel, as a motorcycle rider, a biker, I would say, trucking is a lifestyle, not a job. Being a biker. And a lot of people say, they're greasy, dirty bikers. Well, a lot of greasy, dirty bikers are the ones that are the most charitable people and the most helpful people out there. There's what a group called BACA, Bikers Against Abused Children, child abuse. Okay, they help abused children. Come Christmas time, motorcycle groups get together, clubs get together, and they donate from the heart to Toys for Tots, poker runs, toy runs, everything for the children. Even your local moose clubs, American Legion clubs, same thing. And it's a lifestyle. And it goes, and a lot of truck drivers are bikers and so forth. So it's just fitting that I try to do this.
It really is, because the thing is, if you look at it, I think two of the most generous people that I've ever seen out there are bikers as well as truck drivers. Don't get me wrong. Every group has their special children who are maybe not quite as nice as some. But at the end of the day, bikers out there, truck drivers, they're some of the nicest people that I've ever met, ever had to deal with huge hearts that really go out of their way to help people. And the fact that you want to use this bike to raise awareness, to raise attention about drivers who have fallen, whether it's drivers who've maybe made the ultimate sacrifice in an accident, where it was a choice between them going off the road and possibly getting killed and being killed, or people on the for example, the New Jersey Turnpike with the fuel tanker there about probably 6-8 years ago is one of the ones that instantly comes to my mind. But they are some of the most generous people out there. Hey, Christine, I'm going to give you a chance here. Do you have any thoughts or questions for Bruce?
No, not off the top of my head. I think what he's doing is noble. I think by giving back to the community, in the driving industry, I think every person that is able to do that or wants to do that, more power to them. It's not like it's not appreciated because, truckers, we might be foul-mouthed and eat lousy food, but we're always grateful. It's the one thing that I will give my industry. They're thankful for the things that people do to contribute to the industry, knowledge, information, all the things that, Biker Club he was talking about, they've done some wonderful things for kids. More power to him. He's got my vote.
He definitely has mine. And Bruce, if somebody wants to go and vote for you, what's the easiest way for them to do it, easiest way for them to find you?
Okay. They just go to dreamchopper.com/2023/Bruce Richard.
And they might need to put a hyphen in it because I'm looking at the web address right now. So it might be Bruce-Richard. But if if it doesn't work the one way, try it the other. And the other thing in there, this is something, I'm going to call out all of our fellow brother and sister truck drivers out here. Vote regular, vote often. Bruce right now is currently second in his group. And when you look at it, this is pretty much the only way I can describe it is a month-long contest, a month-long ordeal, because there's various rounds, various heats going on to the final two. And, it would be great to see the entire trucking community rally around Bruce here, because organizations like St. Christopher's, which I know you're an ambassador for, plus so many other groups, do so much for drivers. This is a great way to get out there and remind the American public, hey, 2 years ago we were heroes, and many people now we're forgotten or zeros. And this is a way to positively bring trucking back into the light of so many people Because if you go to a biking event or a trucking event or a NASCAR race or wherever it is, that bike is going to draw attention. Because one thing you can say about Orange County Choppers and Paul Tuttle Sr., subtle is not really a word they do well.
No. And if you notice, if you go to the site, it'll ask you if you want to do a warrior vote. Or it'll ask you if you want to vote with money. The warrior vote is you can go up to, I think, $250. And all that money goes to the warriors. And it also says every time you vote, give $1. That goes to the warrior program that they are sponsoring.
Well,
so the money doesn't go to me. The money doesn't go to them. It goes to the warrior program that they are representing. But the votes go to me.
Yep. And I want to clarify one thing on there when you say that $1, because I was looking into that today. All that is to verify you're a real person and not an automated computer voting robot. So they don't charge your credit card, but what that does is that gives you 2 free votes a day. They're basically pinging your card for $1. You get that back. But there is a variety of, like you said, the warrior votes, 10 votes for $10, 25 votes for $25, and so on. So there's a lot of different ways that you can donate and help in there, or you can do a custom amount for a custom number of votes as well as a $1 vote. So there's a lot of great ways you can vote and support Bruce here, but you can also help the Hope for the Warriors program. Well, we need to take a break. We're going to come back with more. We're going to be talking about the Mid-America Trucking Show. We got the Carolina Monkey Badger. We've got Grandma Glitter herself. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight talking about that upcoming truck show. And we're probably even going to bring up some issues as we talk about some of the education sessions that are going to be going on this year at Mid-America. But you can still join in the conversation. There's plenty of room for you tonight. 706-862-8620. We'll be right back after these messages. Keep your ears on.
Hi, I'm Charlie Claber, and I'm excited to join the TNC Radio.live family. You can hear my show, Highway Fever, on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right after Mind Your Trucking Business. One quick question. What have you done today to make trucking better for tomorrow? Join me, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right after Mind Your Trucking Business on Highway Fever.
This blog on TNCRadio.live is brought to you by the Truckers Network at app.thetruckersnetwork.net. 6 safety tips for truck driving in hot weather. Driving in the heat can create dangerous situations for truck drivers. Drivers need to take specific precautions before hitting the road in extreme heat. With the incoming heat wave dubbed as a heat dome by the National Weather Service, drivers need to be aware of how to safely drive in these weather conditions. Follow our 6 safety tips for truck driving in hot weather. Every truck driver needs to complete a pre-trip inspection before driving, especially in hot weather. Check tires. Heat can have a huge effect on your tires. As the temperature increases, so does the air pressure in your tires. During the hottest months of the year, it's important to frequently check your tire pressure. Frequently checking on your tires can save you from a blowout. To get an accurate measurement, wait for your tires to cool down before checking the pressure. The heat and friction from the road cause your tires to warm up, which will cause a rise in tire pressure. Also, don't be afraid to take a break every couple of hours to let your tires cool down. While traveling in the summer months, you may want to give yourself some extra time to stop and check on your tires. Protect your engine. Not only should you protect yourself from the heat this summer, but you should also protect your engine. One way to keep your engine from overheating is to frequently check the engine oil. The oil keeps the engine cool and keeps the parts running smoothly. Engine coolant is just as important as engine oil. Coolant helps prevent the engine from overheating in extremely hot temperatures. Keep an eye on the coolant temperature gauge while driving. If the gauge goes above the safe temperature, pull over and see what's going on. Failing to assess the situation could lead to engine failure. Also, make sure to check for leaks in the hoses. A cracked hose could lead to engine failure. Tips to protect yourself from hot weather. It's just as important to protect yourself during extremely hot weather. Follow these steps to keep yourself cool and safe during these hot months. Stock up on water. As the temperature increases, you need to increase your water intake. Make sure to always have water in your truck. You never know when you might get stuck in traffic or break down on the side of the road. Wear sunscreen. Many truck drivers forget this step. Even when you're in your truck, you're still exposed to the harmful UVA rays from the sun. Make sure to put sunscreen on before hitting the road. Wear light-colored clothes. Light-colored clothing reflects light, and dark-colored clothing absorbs it. Wearing light-colored, loose-fitting clothes helps you stay cooler and more comfortable on the road. And be sure to check out our blog, 6 Safety Tips for Truck Driving While Driving in the Rain. This blog on tncradio.live was brought to you by the Truckers Network at app.thetruckersnetwork.net. Hello, I'm Ron Samuels. I put it in reverse gear here Monday through Thursday nights at 10, 9 Central on tncradio.live. Do you believe in the power of prayer? Whether you're moving down the highway or taking a break, now's a good time to take a moment to tell God your hopes, concerns, and gratitude. You want someone to pray with? No problem. Just call the TFC Global 24-Hour Prayer Line. It's 866-515-9406. By the way, if you're using the tncradio.live app, just press the prayer line button to be connected to a prayer warrior who'll confidentially pray with and for you. The number again, 866-515-9406, or tap the prayer line button at the tncradio.live app.
Welcome back in TNCRadio.live. This is Keep On Talking. Here's Tom Kirk.
Hey, thank you very much, Tom Kelly. I'm here with my co-host, Christine Gray, and a bunch of great guests tonight. We're talking Mid-America Truck Show. We've talked a little bit with Bruce Richards about his working to win a chopper from Orange County Choppers for their Dream Chopper program, which will be a trucker-themed chopper, a tribute chopper to fallen truck drivers as well as current drivers, and a great way to recognize drivers and help raise awareness and some funds throughout the industry. But we're going to be talking a little bit now about Mid-America and sharing some stories and memories and some things you want to do. But everybody knows that the Mid-America Truck Show, between the pandemic, many of the major sponsors, if you were there last year, it changed quite a bit from maybe what we're used to seeing. It was a little bit smaller. I would say it was even maybe more intimate in the sense that you had a better chance to talk to the people in the booths, very often to presidents, vice presidents, product development people that normally you would never be able to get close to. And really, we're able to get a lot of information, but there's some a lot of educational sessions that they're going to be doing this year, either on the show floor, kind of over in the what they call the east area, south wing area, over in B104. So you can go to truckingshow.com, click on the education tab, and there's everything in there. But there's a couple of things that I think is important to put out. Thursday, if you don't have a VIP pass, from 12 to 1, the FMCSA will be doing updates in B104, what they call the Pro Talks Theater. That's a great place to go into and kind of catch up on some of that information while you're waiting for the show floor to open up. And then there's going to be a lot of different topics. Probably some of the biggest ones this year is on technology, whether it's distracted driving, driver retention, electric vehicles, a whole variety of topics on that, fuel economy, the new oil standards that are coming out, just to name a few of the samples of topics they're going to be doing. But there's going to be topics on dealing with brokers, health issues, really a lot of different interesting ones. But the two more I want to specifically call out. On Friday from 10 to 11 a.m., the FMCSA is doing a broker listening session. This is going to be specifically pertaining to the regulation of property brokers and broker freight forwarder financial responsibility. That's from 10 to 11 at B104. Then on Saturday, one of our co-hosts of Women Road Warriors, Kathy Tuccaro, will be giving a talk also in B104 at, make sure I get the time right here. Where is it? There we go. 2:15, Potholes, Pitfalls, Rising Above the Challenge. That's presented by our very own Road Warriors with Kathy Tuccaro. So a lot of great information, a lot of great things there that's going to be going on. Monkey Gouger, I'm going to come to you first here for a second. You've done a lot of truck shows over the years. You've been to a lot of Mid-Americas and some of the other ones. You and I were talking. I think you and I both agreed that Mid-America last year, in our opinion, may have been one of the best ever.
Oh yeah, I mean they had the president's vice president. They had all the brass out last year, and you could talk to them 101. They were really interested in talking. Talked to a lot of them down there. It was a great show. Probably one of the best I've been to as far as getting things done while I was there. I didn't, I mean, it scaled down a little bit. I mean, the big four wasn't there. But other than that, I mean, everything was Johnny on the spot to me. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. What I'm looking forward to this year, and I'm going to try and get over there and see them, is this is the 100th year of KW. And they're supposed to be, they got a W9 and I think a 680 there you can test drive. So I'm going to try and get by there as fast as I can and see what they got up their sleeve. Now the booth number on it, I don't know. I know Caterpillar engines are going to be there again. Look forward to seeing those people. And then you got the usual suspects that's always there. And be sure and get you a couple of them big old bags so you can get a lot of ink pens and pads and whatever else they got.
Well, if you come by booth 69077 over there in the West Wing, I have it on good authority. You can get a really cool bag from IBI Security Transport. It has a very nice American flag on it. It holds a lot of stuff, and you can go around there and kind of show it off and collect all your goodies. But if you want to sign up for that Kenworth Ride and Drive, that's booth 32025. If you want to do that's for the W9 and the Signature T680. And if you would like to drive a Star Car, they'll have a couple of those there. That will be 30095. And then they'll be out there in front of the South Wing, I think is where they're going to be starting at. But 32025 for Kenworth, 30095 for Western Star. So here's the question for you, Gouger. I know you are a big PACCAR fan. Are you going to be caught driving a Western Star?
Oh, no. I wouldn't even waste my time going around and looking at that junk. I'm a Peterbilt man. Been a Peterbilt man all my life, and a Star Car has never really struck my fancy, to tell you the truth.
Well, I will say this, looking at the pictures here of the new Western Star 57X, for once, I don't think the sleeper berth looks like a fishbowl. So we'll see if my opinion there does, and if I have maybe some time to go for a quick test drive in one of them. Candy, I know you've been to a number of truck shows over the years. What are a couple of things that you would like to try to do this year?
Well, I think my time is pretty well spoken for. I may have what I call a free day, and I think that'll be Saturday where I can go around and visit with all my friends, the vendors that I've made friends with in all the years that I've been going. But Friday, I go to the TA luncheon, and then I go to the women in trucking thing because I'm one of the 3 finalists, so I go to that. And Thursday, I guess I'm going to come aggravate you on Thursday.
Oh, Candy, I speak for Tom Kelly when I say this. You could not aggravate us.
Oh, I'm from the South, okay? And when you tell somebody you're coming to aggravate them, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. If we don't say anything like that, then you're really not somebody we're going to come visit.
Okay, so that's a good thing.
And also, you've heard about, I think you've heard about my Walmart bags that I give to my customers.
You know what? I think I have, but for somebody who may not be familiar with that, why don't you tell everybody what you do for your customers?
Okay, I have certain customers that I've been going to for 11 years. And so I get the blue Walmart bags, and it's got those Rice Krispie treats. They're in individual cellophane, and you get 12 of them for $3. And then I get a box of cookies that has all different, them really fancy looking cookies, but they're not very much money. I get a box of cookies, and then I go and see what kind of candy is wrapped in packages, because you don't want to give them, for everybody something that they get their hands in there, because that's not really sanitary. So I'll put different kind of candies in it, and then I walk in there and they look at me and I laugh and I said, "Are you waiting on your Walmart bag?" They just love it when I come in there with a Walmart bag, because there's enough for it to give to it goes in their break room and everybody gets to have one. So this year at the Louisville Truck Show, I'm making up for certain people that I see a lot of, that's close friends, the vendors like National Trucking Magazine and our charity. You're gonna get one, and certain people, and I'm even making one up for KC Phillips, and so that way, when you hear about the Walmart bag, you know exactly what it is.
Well, that is a great idea. And I think a lot of times if you do something like that for customers, I know I've been to a couple customers over the years where they swear they're hours behind schedule. And it's amazing when you walk in the door of there, like you said, with a hot pizza or a bag full of snacks. It's a miracle how fast your truck gets loaded and unloaded. It's just really weird how that works out when everybody else is there waiting for hours and you're in and out. And it's just odd how that works. But we've got to coming up. We're coming up here on a break. We'll come back with more for you here in a minute, Candy. We'll make sure we get over here to Tamara. But we'll be coming back to that in a second. Don't forget, if you want to get those VIP passes, info at tncradio.live. We'll get you hooked up with those. You need to make sure you get to us by tomorrow so we can get them to you. If you want to learn more about the Mid-America Trucking Show, truckingshow.com. We'll be back right after this. Keep your ears on.
I'm Hope Savara. Join us on tncradio.live at 7 p.m. Eastern with Building Strong Minds with your host, Dr. Christopher Cortman.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Cortman, and now for the Mental Health Minute. In the last video, we were talking about Hans Selye at the University of Montreal and how he discovered this general adaptation syndrome, which has 3 different distinct stages. The first stage, the alarm reaction. And we were built for this alarm reaction, this fight or flight. We can do this many times throughout our lives and never have it be a big issue. The problem is when the perceived threat, the stressor, stays with us. And then we go into a second stage called resistance. In resistance, we're fighting that stressor in high gear. We continue to fight and fight and fight to protect our system from some type of perceived stressor. Like what? Well, sometimes we have chronic financial problems. We're underemployed, or the bills just keep coming in and we don't have enough to pay them off. And sometimes we have a high conflict relationship or high conflict marriage that ends up a high conflict divorce. Or sometimes we have a sick child or some type of illness in the family that we can't get an accurate diagnosis, let alone successful treatment. Whatever it is, the stressor continues, and we continue to resist that in the second stage, which leads to a third stage, which is exhaustion. And according to Selye, that's when we break down. We have our depressive episodes, or we begin to be dominated by an anxiety disorder, or sometimes we have these psychophysiological symptoms like migraine headaches, or we even have issues that require years of stress, like Parkinson's disease. We have things that are caused by the wear and tear of the body over time. That's the third stage of stress, exhaustion. Now, this logically leads to a fourth stage, which is disease, and then a fifth stage, which is death. Stress over a long period of time ages us, breaks us down, and leads us to death. I'll talk to you in the next video on how we could avoid that.
The Hotshot Secret Facebook page gets a lot of robust Q&A about diesel problems and their solutions. We listen to our customers. Here are their words straight from their mouths about Hotshot Secret Everyday Diesel Treatment. Our fans call it EDT.
I'm John Sharp, a.k.a. Jay Sharp from Newburgh, Pennsylvania. Using EDT, my local fuel mileage went to average of 22 to 23, and my highway MPG went to 26 to 28.
Hi, I'm Danny. I'm from Arizona. I drive a 02 Ford Excursion. I use EDT at every fill-up, and my mileage went from 12.5 miles to gallon to 14 miles per gallon. I highly recommend it.
Everyday Diesel Treatment delivers a 6-in-1 premium fuel treatment for every fill-up, every time.
Everyday Diesel Treatment is available at truck stops, Tractor Supply, O'Reilly's Auto Parts, and online at HotShotSecret.com. Hotshot Secret, powered by science.
Hey, welcome back in TNC Radio.live. This is Keep On Talking. Here's Tom Kirk and Christine Gray.
Hey, thank you very much, Tom Kelly. We're back here at the Counter of Knowledge, and we're talking Mid-America Truck Show. We're trying to help our good friend and one of the originals here at the Counter of Knowledge, Bruce Richards. I don't know where Davis came from. Bruce Richards winning Orange County Choppers in honor of truck drivers, which he's going to use to go around raising awareness and a variety of other things. And Bruce is of a real generous spirit. But if you want to join in the conversation tonight, 706-862-8620. That's 706-862-8620. If you're looking to get some of those free VIP tickets for the Mid-America Truck Show, there is still time to do that. But you need to email us info@tncradio.live. That free VIP passes ends tomorrow, so we need you to do that tonight or first thing tomorrow morning, so we can make sure we get you your free passes. So info@tncradio.live, and we'll get you set up with that. But anyways, we've been talking about the Mid-America Truck Show, a lot of the different events that are going on. And actually, I'm going to bring it over to Tamara. She is a first-time caller here on the show, but I know you've been to the truck show a couple different times, Tamara. And what some of the things that maybe you're looking forward to this year, and some of the things you've enjoyed in previous years?
Hi, Tom. First of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for the VIP tickets. I snagged a couple of them, and I'm really excited about getting to go and getting to be in the front of the crowd this year instead of at the very back. But the things that I have gotten out of my first two shows is the immensity of all of the different booths. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize there were so many companies out there that contribute to the trucking industry. And I have a great time just going booth to booth and introducing myself and getting to find out what they make, how they make it, how'd they come up with the idea, what's their story. I love hearing the stories of the owners of these companies. And I absolutely adore parking my rig out in the big lot with everybody else and kind of doing the tailgating party if it's warm enough out. If it's cold, it was the first time it was kind of miserable, but people are so generous and there's such a wonderful feeling of camaraderie. And I met so many cool people and made brand new friends. I was new to the trucking industry 4 years ago when I first went, and I'm still friends with some of those folks and looking forward to trying to hook up with them this year at Matt's, because with all that sprawling building after building after building, it's really hard. Unless somebody's sitting at a booth all day long, it's really hard to say, hey, let's go meet up by the snack bar. So many people.
I will say if anybody's looking to find me, I'll be fairly easy to find. I'll be in booth 69077. That's the IBI Security Transport booth. And Tom Kelly and some of the other team from TNCRadio.live will be there as well in the booth throughout the day when they're not having to do some of their other obligations. But it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. We've got, if people remember roughly where the old Tough Tested booth used to be, if we're not where they were, we're very close to it. So we're going to be very easy to find. Should be a great show. Lots of fun, like you have said. And, we've got one of those booths that's real easy to find if you're in the West Wing. So it's not a bad place to say, hey, I'll meet you in 15 minutes. Go over there to the IBI booth 69077 and, hook up. We can hook up there. You can, and I think I want to put this out here again. If you want to get those VIP passes, info@tncradio.live. So is there anything going on this year, Tamara, that you really want to go and visit? Because I like this. There's all these seminars, different booths to ride and drive. Is there something that's jumping out at you that you would like to go do this year?
Well, when I think about all the things I want to see and check out, number one, and I know old school truckers are probably going to groan at this, but I want to see the electric trucks. I want to climb in one and see what they're like. I've gotten to see one at a distance. I think that at my first show, not the last show, I couldn't find them anywhere. But the electric trucks. And then I want to talk with companies that make truckers' lives easier in our cab. From cooking utensils to new solar panel things that you could hook up to your truck if you wanted, new refrigerator designs and so on. I'm fascinated by that.
There's usually a lot of stuff like that there this year. I'm not sure if there's going to be any electric trucks. I know I've been looking at some of the various show notes. I don't think I've seen anything officially on that yet. I haven't seen Tesla or Nikola or any of those trucks there. Companies advertising they're going to have trucks at the show there this year in a formal way, but whether or not somebody will have a truck there, like I said, I honestly don't know on that. A couple of the other events that I want to make sure we talk out about, because like you said, it is a great place to go around and talk to some of the vendors and give your ideas, because I know, probably just about everybody here has talked to some of these companies that has led to some inspiration or innovations for products with different companies out there, whether it's directly or indirectly. But one of the other big events that's going on this year is going to be Thursday evening, what they call the opening reception over there, kind of in that South Lobby area. That is where they're going to be doing some fundraising for St. Christopher's, but there'll be some snacks, some other activities going on. If you stop by either the Triumph Capital or Ida booth, you can get yourself a little coupon there to sample some of the beer that's there. There's going to be some music, a whole bunch of other things that are going on. But probably the two most important things is they're going to be doing some fundraising with a silent auction for the St. Christopher's Truckers Relief Fund. But they're going to be doing a 2023 Wall of Fame induction. And I happen to know for a fact that we have an alumni here of that, who would be Jimmy Artis, but we also happen to have Candy Bass, who will also be inducted this year into that. So, Jimmy, seeing as you have been an inductee for both Petro Citizen Driver, as Candy is as well, and a Wall of Fame honoree for Mats, do you have any words of wisdom for Candy?
Get ready to shake a lot of hands and smile a lot for a lot of pictures. Your face will be broke from smiling and shaking hands. I tell you, man, I everybody come out the woodwork that night, and it was amazing. I mean, it got to be nominated on that wall with some of the greatest people in the trucking industry. And, it meant a lot to me. It really did. I mean, it was just like, being nominated for Citizen Driver. But there was one question I got for you, Tom. Now, I'll break that show up a little bit different than what they say, West Wing or North Wing. When people trying to catch up with me, I tell them, I say, hey, come over there to where the TA Petrol booth is, and I'll be in that area. If I'm going over yonder to where Marcia used to be at, there's a guy that's been there every year. As long as I can remember, been going almost 35, 36 years. There's a belt man now. I said, look, if you go find me over there in that area, come over there to the belt man. That's the way I break it up, because I don't know where the West Wing, North Wing, East Wing, or nothing is. I know I go in there, park by the cattle fence, walk in the back door, and then the phone starts ringing. I say, well, I'm so-and-so, just look for the big emblem in the sky. Well, where's that at? You'll see it. Come on around here. That's the way I break it down.
Well, let me help you out a little bit, Gouger. The North Wing is where the TA Petro booth is. The South Wing is where the Big Four used to be. The little show area between the two is the East Wing, and then where Marcia and the Beltman is, that's the West Wing. And of course, everybody's going to completely forget that information. But there is the show map. There's the paper copies. There's the online version. There's a bunch of different ways to get around. But I learned a secret last.
Be sure to catch the
easiest way to get around, particularly to get to the North Wing. Follow Mark Reddick. That man has every shortcut memorized, including some that I never knew existed. But if you want to figure out how to get around that truck show, just find Mark Reddick and follow him. I didn't know that if you're in the area of the auditorium, most people, if they're going from the West Wing where the Beltman is, they kind of follow around there through that north lobby to get into the various halls. If you hang a hard left by the auditorium, or the broadband arena, go down there just a little ways, you'll see a door open, and that takes you right into the North Wing, saving all kinds of walking. And man, I wish I'd known about that shortcut years ago. So there's a lot of different ways to get around and explore and things to do. But we got to take another break. We'll be back here in just a few minutes on TNCradio.live with Keep On Talking Live. Keep your ears on.
Ready for a music break? Did you know that you can use the TNCradio.live app to hear the best in traditional country? Traditional country, the good stuff from the 50s and 60s and on. Traditional country is more than a time period. It's a style and approach to music that we cherish. We have an incredible collection of songs that define country music and also sprinkle in some Western music, cowboy music, bluegrass, Americana, and country gospel. Our TRUSA president and country western music icon Rex Allen Jr. also hosts an hour of music and memories. At TRUSA, we have a heart for the road and the heritage of country music. Wherever you roam, we hope you'll take us with you. Enjoy the ride on Truckers Radio USA. To listen to TRUSA Radio on the TNCRadio.live app, just click on the music button and then TRUSA.
This blog on TNCRadio.live is brought to you by the Truckers Network at app.thetruckersnetwork.net. Inspections for truck drivers. Getting stopped for an inspection in the middle of a delivery is a situation every truck driver dreads. Inspections are time-consuming and interfere with the driver's schedule for delivering their load on time. However, they are essential for regulating safety conditions for everyone on the road. There's 6 different levels of DOT roadside inspections. Each level has a unique set of requirements and can happen at any time. It's important to be familiar with all 6 levels of DOT inspections, so if you have one, you can pass. Level 1, North American Standard Inspection. The Level 1 inspection is often referred to as a full inspection and is the most thorough. There are 37 steps to a Level 1 inspection. During this inspection, the driver's credentials and the vehicle will be examined. Because the Level 1 inspection has so many steps, it does take a significant amount of time. A good way to help speed up the process of a Level 1 inspection is by staying on top of driving requirements and proper truck maintenance. Here's some things the inspector will check during a Level 1 inspection. Medical examiner's certificate, alcohol and drug use, daily logs, hours of service, HOS documentation, seat belt use, driver and vehicle inspection reports, brake system, chopping devices, exhaust system, truck frame, fuel system, turn signals, brake lamps, tail lamps, headlamps, lamps on projecting loads, safe loading, steering mechanism, suspension, tires, van and open-top trailer bodies, wheels and rims, windshield wipers, hazardous material, HM requirements. If you're a hazard hauler, have your shipping papers ready. Level 2. Walk-around driver vehicle inspection. Level 2 inspections are a less invasive process and are also the most common. They're similar to the Level 1 inspections, except there is less involvement in the vehicle inspection part. During the Level 2 inspection, the examiner will do a walk-around driver vehicle inspection. They'll check everything that's in a Level 1, but will not physically get under the vehicle. Level 3. Driver-only inspection. The Level 3 inspections are the second most common type of inspection. Since the inspection doesn't include the vehicle, it can go relatively quickly. A driver will be expected to present a record of duty status, that's RODS, driver's license, hazmat requirements, medical card and waiver, skill performance evaluation certificate, vehicle inspection report, HMDG requirements, and HOS documentation. Level 4. Special inspections. A Level 4 inspection is a one-time inspection of a specific trend within the industry. This type of inspection happens when the Department of Transportation wants to do further research on industry issues. Level 5. Vehicle-only inspection. A Level 5 inspection is like Level 1, but the driver is not present during the inspection. During this inspection, the examiner will check everything that's in the Level 1 inspection except those relevant to the driver. Level 6 Enhanced NAS Inspection for Radioactive Shipments. The Level 6 inspection is only relevant to drivers that haul radioactive materials. These inspections are put into place to ensure that drivers who haul radioactive material are following proper safety protocol. This info blog was brought to you by the Truckers Network at app.thetruckersnetwork.net.
TNCRadio.live, your commercial driver navigation station. Welcome back in TNCRadio.live, and this is Keep On Talking. Now here are your hosts, Christine Gray and Tom somebody or other.
And this is Tom somebody or another, and I'd like to thank Tom Kelly for that kind introduction. Hey, we're wrapping it up here on the show tonight. Flo's flashing the lights. I want to make sure we get to Bruce to talk a little bit about some of the things that various charities he's involved with are going to be doing there at the Mid-America Truck Show. But a quick reminder, if you want to get that free VIP pass, info@tncradio.live. Email us. We'll get you set up with that. Tomorrow is the last day. It's the cutoff. So if you want to get that free VIP pass, get that. Email us your contact information, and we'll go ahead and get that set up for you. Hey, Bruce, what are some of the events that you're going to be working with this year? Maybe some of the things you're looking forward to at the show.
All right. Well, first one is St. Christopher's Fund. You already announced that. We will be doing a live auction Thursday night, a silent auction in the lobby. Look forward to that. That's always been a good one. And out in the parking lot, we have a booth inside for Truckers United for Charity. They raise money for Kids with Cancer for Camp Quality, Kentuckiana. And out in the parking lot, there'll be hot dogs, hamburgers, drinks, chips, all for donations. And there is going to be a silent auction out in the parking lot again this year to raise money for the kids at Camp Quality, Kentuckiana. But I'm looking forward to that again this year. But my memorable time was when I guess XM Radio heard a story of truck drivers doing a drag race out in the parking lot. And they wanted to see everybody inside. Yes, a bunch of us got dressed up and we paraded through the convention center over to the XM booth and throughout the convention center dressed as we would be for the drag race. That was pretty amazing. In fact, I met Vice President of the Midwest Operations for the company I worked for, Gordon Trucking. And that's how he first met me. I was wearing a dress. So, yeah.
That definitely makes an impression on the boss. And all I have to say is I'm imagining you walking around in a dress. I believe John Osborne was, and with just some of the characters that I didn't get to see it. I've heard the stories and of some of the people involved. And I'll tell you what, that's an image in my mind that I wish would go away of some of you in dresses. And that's all I'm going to say.
We raised quite a bit of money, so it was all worth it.
It definitely was. And I'll tell you what, if it came to helping kids, particularly helping kids or certain other groups, even I would put on a dress. I mean, no one wants to see my legs in a dress. No one wants to see me in a dress, but I do it anyways because, hey, it helps the kids. It's a good way to have fun. And that's really at the end of the day, I think the big lesson we've all kind of shared here at the Truck Show is go and have fun. Try to give yourself some time to go around, make some new friends, meet some of the vendors. Try not to book yourself so tight, which is something I know I've been guilty of in Gouger. I know you've been guilty of that as well over the years, just getting so booked up, you don't have time to enjoy things. And even as busy as I was last year, I did something I haven't done in years at a truck show. I made myself go take lunch, and it was amazing just that short break to get lunch. How much better I felt, how much better the show went for me doing things that way. So definitely want to see all of you there. As many people from TNCradio.live are going to be there. We'll be spending quite a bit of time, especially myself, over in booth 69077 over there in that west wing. If you have any questions about what's going on over there, how to find us, you can email info@tncradio.live. But coming up next, we got Larry and Angie Baum with a great show coming up here on Taillights. After that, will be Anderson and Banker with Clutch Time Sports. We're going to be back here next week with more from Keep On Talking Live and some great topics. We hope to see you next week here on the radio. Stay tuned, everybody. Keep safe, and definitely keep those ears on for Larry and Angie coming up next.